Hey guys, this is Michael with the Tennessee Survivalist again. I was going to do a video on fire lays, basic fire construction, and solar ignition. Sun just ain't working out for me. Um, I was dealing with marginal tinder. Sun keeps going behind clouds. So I'm going to have to postpone that one for another day. But what I do want to show you while I'm here is some new gear I've got. This is the pocket folding cooker I got off Amazon. I think it was like $18 or $19. Folds up, as you can see, into this little pouch, about half the size of a paperback book, maybe a little more than half. Um, Weighs in a little over a pound. It's a little heavy for what it is, but I really like the way it's made. And it's basically just a little pocket biomass stove. You can burn any natural tinder in it. It unfolds out. Works on a similar principle to the rocket stoves. That's basically what you got there. You got a pot holder up here, fuel feed door. You can see on the bottom, it's vented out and it's elevated a little. I've never actually used this thing yet, but we're getting ready to. Because I'm sitting in a grassy area, I think I'm going to actually set it up on a couple of sticks, get up off the ground a little more. I don't know if this is necessary. Like I said, this is the first time I've used this thing too. We're going to get it heated up, see what it looks like. We may even do a test treatment of some river water down here and make a cup of coffee with in a minute. Be right back. I'm going to get all my firewood together and we're going to heat this thing up. And guys, normally you'd see me starting fires with my ferrocerium rod or even, like I said, solar ignition. But I also want to do some reviews on some gear that I find. Being prepared is not just about knowing primitive skills. It's about learning things that you can find in your environment that will serve you well in an emergency situation. These little things here are Diamond brand Strike of fire starters. They're not, nothing like this is going to be satisfactory for long-term survival because it's going to run out. But when you got stuff like this, no bigger than this little box is, there's 8 of them in here, and they strike like a match. It's a fire starter briquette with a match head on it, and I've used them camping quite a bit. I want to get a quick fire going. It's got a striker on the side of the box. I'm going to use one of these to get this fire heated up on this little stove so we can get on and have some fun here. Basically, strike them up. I generally let it burn for a minute or two. Hopefully the wind won't blow it out on me, and it did. This is just my luck today. Okay. Not cheating, guys, just different. Get this little thing burning. You can start a fire any way you wanted to in this little stove. Yes, I could edit these goof-offs, mess ups out, but hey, nothing's gonna work like this in a, work perfect in a survival situation either. Why even think it will? Lay that in there and let it get started burning. Got some small needle size, pencil lead size twigs here. Just gonna break them up. Start dropping them down inside here, feeding the fire. I'm kind of learning as I go here with this thing too. Never used it before. Watched a YouTube video on a review or two of it. The reviews were pretty crappy, but they didn't really tell me much. But just watching, seeing how the stove functions, told me enough that I decided I was going to buy one, add to my gear. I have to test it out a little bit to see if it's going to make it into my actual survival gear or if it's just going to go along on the creek banks with me to make a cup of coffee while I'm out fishing or something like that. I think I want to make it a permanent part of my go bag, but how well it functions will determine that. Like I said, it does weigh around a pound, maybe just a little over. But we'll see if it's really worth the weight. sure this black enamel or whatever kind of paint it is will wear off of it pretty quick. It's not a deal breaker. Got a little bag to put it in. Wrap it up with a bandana, whatever the case may be. Keep all the soot and everything off you, the inside of your bag. Keep everything from getting nasty. While this is heating up, again, these little diamond fire starters, as you just seen, they don't do well in windy situations. But they're kind of neat to have around. I think they're a couple of dollars for the box. I don't think I stockpile a bunch of them, but I generally keep a pack in my, either in my backpack or my haversack, one or two, just to have. I like to have multiple ways starting fires. They burn well. Wind just caught it before it got down to the actual fire starter material inside there. Yeah, the paint's done bubbling off the side of this. The paint's not going to last no time. It's not even really up to operating temperature yet. I'm going to open the door on this and let it do its thing a little bit. I'm going to let this flames die down a little bit while I start getting a bed of coals. It's a lot better to cook on a bed of coals than it is open flames, and we'll check back with it in a couple minutes, see how it's looking. Hey guys, got my little stove up and running good here. The finish is gone. I've been running about 20 minutes. I haven't been boiling the water the whole time. I just want to get the stove up and running. What I've got now is a bucket of water that I dipped out of the river. I've got it in my little bush pot here, boiling. Let me get the camera, I'll show you a little bit up closer here. Nasty, right? Yeah, well, I'm going to be making a cup of coffee out of this, I believe. I'm thirsty. Looks a little better in the bush pot. Been pre-filtered out. Do a cotton bandana. I'll do that again as I pour it out of the pot into my cup. I'll show you that on video. As you can see, you might can see here, the finish is crap on this thing. It's horrible, but the little stove works great. Runs on a small amount of fuel. I like the little door. The handle on the door will get hot. Don't think it won't. It will get very hot. But the stove works as it's supposed to. We'll let this water get hot, see how long it takes, and I'll be back with you in just a few. Okay guys, I had to prop the door open on the little stove, a little bit more air in, but it's working great. My water's starting to smoke. I'll be boiling pretty soon. While I'm waiting on it boiling, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the pot I'm using. This is the Stanley Bush pot. I bought mine at Walmart, anywhere that sells Stanley products, and the camping department should have them. You can buy them on Amazon. It's around $14 or $15. You get the 32-ounce pot. Got a folding handle. Over here is the lid for it. It's got a strainer on it where you could cook ramen noodles or anything that you want to strain out, that need to boil and strain out. You can do that. Comes with 2 of these insulated plastic cups inside it. I like it because you can also buy this. This comes from Walmart as well, but Academy Outdoors sells them. This little folding handle stainless steel cup fits perfectly around the outside of it, so it'll nest right in it. It's just a real versatile piece of gear. You can boil water straight in that cup if you want it to. So I can poke this fire up and get a rolling boil. Like I said, I'm getting thirsty. I'm starting to get some small bubbles. It's only about 3 minutes in, but now granted, I had the stove rolling hot. Because off camera I experiment a little bit to see how long this was going to take and make sure it was going to do what I wanted to do and the like, before I subjected myself to YouTube embarrassment. For some reason, my fire is now not wanting to burn very well. Maybe too much wind. Got a lot of heat, so maybe the coals will help finish it off. Never really been a fan of cooking over direct flames. Always like using the coals. This little stove seems to thrive more on direct flames than it does the coals, so may need further testing to really see for sure. Alright, starting to boil. I'm going to go ahead and get my pre-filter ready. I'll show you what I'm doing. My pre-filter is simply a cotton bandana. I've already used it once to filter the water before. I'll put it into the pot. Then we're going to do it one more time because when it starts rolling, it seems to have a little bit of a foam to it. And I just want to make sure I get it all out. Alright, here we go. Hot side. Burn myself with this boiling water. Yes, it's instant coffee, guys. It's pretty good tea. Bottoms up. Not bad. Tastes exactly like it would if I made it out of the kitchen. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Again, this is Michael with the Tennessee Survivalist. I'll see you next time if I don't get Giardia.